Steve.
I'm doing good. How are you, Dr. Elledge?
I'm fine. Thank you, Steve. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Dr. Kahn, you've got a big announcement to make, but first, let's talk March Madness for
March
just a
Madness,
second.
there is no madness like March Madness.
What do you think?
I think all those Duke haters out there, and there's a few still around. I'm sorry, guys, but it's going to be Duke from here on in,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
I think Duke wins it.
Now, I'm proud of the SEC. 7 teams in the Final 16. I mean, I think they showed they belonged there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be interesting from here on in. Mm-hmm. And Florida's pretty tough. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I'm afraid it's Duke. Cooper Flagg hasn't even had his big night yet.
They really have.
Now, think when they get him turned loose. So the Duke haters, we got some over at our place, you know.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, yeah, Tar Heel fans, they're hard to deal with.
Bill Estes, one of them.
Bill Estes is one. Randy Sheets, you know Randy Sheets?
I know Randy, yeah.
His Tar Heel mania borders on a truly pathological state, you know. So they thought when Krzyzewski left, okay, we'll have about 10 years. No, not going to happen. Not going to happen.
That's they're doing great, and once Cooper Flagg announces for the NBA, he'll be the number one pick.
Of course, and you've already declared that anyway, so you know they got to follow through on it. By the way, let me say, I hate to take it away from the Duke haters, but I want to reassure these big Orange fans: don't get nervous.
Why?
Kentucky's going down. Oh yeah,
UT.
Yeah, oh yeah, UT is legit this year. So
yeah, obviously.
Yeah, it's like Kentucky's playing a little above their pay grade so far.
Yes.
I believe it's hard to beat anybody 3 times in a year.
That is.
Yeah.
Really
So I feel pretty good about the Vols this round.
Yes, and then
Then they're on their own.
Also, well, today's Peyton Manning's birthday, so I mean he's 49 today. So it's
Peyton Manning's 49.
Peyton Manning.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
49 today. Gene Elledge, you been watching any of this basketball?
I have been.
What do you think?
Been. I've got my picks in.
Yeah.
I'm about 3rd or 4th place in our little pool.
We have a pool, no betting.
We do.
No betting.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Instead of dollars,
You're right.
we use these
Fun.
Bible bookmarks.
Yeah.
You know? They're kind of like trading cards. You know, it's an interesting subject sometimes, Steve. Maybe, you know what, you're a godly man.
Amen.
Or formerly a godly man. But,
I'm Baptist now, so it's okay.
yeah,
It's all fine.
it's hard to tell with Baptists.
Yeah,
but
no,
but the whole thing of betting, so everybody uses the betting terminology, you know, the odds, the betting. So we need to have a conversation about that sometime. I think I've got a way that people who are dubious about the moral implications of betting can sanctify that practice.
Okay, go right ahead. You can't just tease us. You got to tell us.
You got to tithe double to Lee University. You know?
What a lead in.
So
What a lead in.
Well, now here's the other thing: if you bet and you give all the winnings away, it's not betting, is it? Because nothing's at risk.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's a wonderful.
So
point.
anyway, I started to say you can bet on Duke, but I decided no, you can't bet on Duke.
No.
No, that's a vice.
So, all right. Well, the real reason we're here, Dr. Paul Kahn with us, of course, president of Lee University. And there's a big announcement to make this morning, Dr. Kahn.
We do, and that's why Gene Elledge is here with me. Gene is the vice president for academics at Lee, and we're rolling out the public announcement of a big new initiative in, drum roll,
If we were a rail station, we'd have one.
engineering.
Wow.
Yeah, so now engineering doesn't sound intuitively like it's a very natural fit for a place that's emphasized the liberal arts and the humanities. Music is our big calling card, religious studies, pre-medical, all those sorts of things. But yeah, we are starting an engineering program, and we're rolling out a big new campaign, a $15 million campaign to build a new engineering building on our campus with all the bells and whistles.
Wow.
So Gene Elledge is the head of the academic part of that program. Now, you know, I don't care that much about the academics, you know.
Yeah, right.
You know, so she's heading up the academic part of that program, and we're going to be talking a lot about it in the community. It'll be announced this week on various other media. I hate to mention other media
Oh,
here
please,
because,
please mention them. No.
But it will be announced in secondary media.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we think the time has come. And I see this as a kind of a matching up to what we did 10 years ago with nursing. 10 years ago, I was out here talking with you. You were just a lad at the
Yeah.
time, but say, we're going to start nursing. It's a tough startup. But 10 years ago, we started nursing, and within 10 years, we've got a wonderful, state-of-the-art building, beautifully equipped, great faculty, and we're putting hundreds of nurses into the mainstream of community life here in Lower East Tennessee, and we think we can do the same thing over the next 10 years with engineering.
We're joined by Dr. Paul Kahn, Dr. Gene Elledge, announcing an engineering program will begin at Lee University. We're going to talk a little more about that. But back to nursing for just a second, which you hard to believe it's been 10 years, but I have had CEOs of hospitals, board chair, tell me that the best nurses they have are from Lee University.
Oh, that's great to hear, and I've heard that too. And it's so exciting. We just had the 10th year anniversary over at Lee of our nursing program a couple of months ago. See all those young nurses coming back in who have come out of high school, decided to go into nursing, go through the 4-year nursing program, pass the national exam called the NCLEX, usually on their first try. And so many of them, large majority of them, are working at here at our local hospital or in Chattanooga hospitals, Erlanger, Park Ridge, CHI Memorial, of course, and some of them go back home to practice as nurses where they came from. But it's so exciting to see that and see this dream realized. And engineering is a lot like that because it's also specialized. It's also one of the things you can't sort of incrementally get into. You can't find give somebody a marker board and a gifted teacher and do it. You got to have equipment. You're specialized. So engineering's a lot that way. So we've kind of counted the cost. We've looked hard at it. We've got good advice from industries in the area. We met not long ago with representatives from Cleveland Associated Industries. We've gone to school on good engineering programs in our area, including University of Tennessee Chattanooga and Tennessee Tech. We've looked farther afield for schools that are liberal arts schools like ours. We're convinced we can do this with real quality, and so we're going to, as we sometimes say at Lee, go big or go home. And you can expect to see dirt flying again on the Lee campus. Construction will begin again, and we've got a whole new thing.
Dr. Gene Elledge, tell us a little more about this and why was it important to do the engineering program?
What I love about this, Steve, is that we think now that a student will not have to choose between the Lee experience. Coming to a Christ-centered campus, you come on campus, you get a feel of not only the beautiful campus, but you really do, you see the connections with faculty and other students. It's an experience that we're really proud of. And we have students who think, yes, I want to be part of that, but I'd love to have a really well-established, wonderful facility engineering program where I can come and get not only this Christ-centered education, but the precision training that I need. So now you're not going to have to choose. We do have engineering right now, but as Dr. Kahn just said, we're now really going all in with that visible. And I think the building will be exciting because it'll be a visible representation of actually the academic quality that's going on within, with the workspaces, with the faculty. Part of this new initiative is the funding to bring in additional well-trained, top-tier faculty to help staff this engineering program. So we're excited about that. We're also including scholarships for students as part of our funding right now. So we're excited. But again, students will not have to choose. We've got many local students who go off to very fine engineering programs, but they love what they see over at Lee. Now you can come and have both.
Dr. Paul Kahn, let's talk timetable. What are we looking at here? When will all this begin?
Well, we're going to announce it this morning on one of the South's premier talk shows.
When will you be going there?
We relate. No, we're rolling out the local announcement this week, and we've completed an extensive study of what we need for the last few months, and so all this is now in the hands of the architects. It's being drawn, and it's well underway. So we hope, Lord willing, to break ground this summer, start the construction this summer, finish it next summer. So we hope to dedicate this building in August of 2026 in time for the fall semester. Here's what it means. A young kid who's coming out of high school now that says, I want to be an engineering major, will be able to enroll at Lee this fall. You know, the first year you do mostly gen ed, math, all that sort of thing. By the sophomore year, be in a state-of-the-art building with lots of wonderful things, that a very attractive program. So that's pretty fast track. But that's the timeline. That means that ABET is the Accrediting Association for Engineering, National Accrediting Association, the Accreditation Board for Engineering and Technology, ABET. So we're following their playbook, of course. What that means is students right now who are listening, or whose parents are listening, who want to be engineers could graduate 4 years from now with an ABET accredited engineering degree, really ready to go out into the workforce.
We're joined by Dr. Paul Kahn, Dr. Gene Elledge, Lee University, announcing this morning a brand new engineering program. You talked about faculty. You know, like you did with the nursing school 10 years ago, the faculty was top of the line. I would imagine that's what you're suggesting here.
We are, and like Gene said, by the way, Gene knows a little something about faculty.
Yeah,
Your listeners may not know Gene as well because she's a serious person.
Oh, yeah.
But by the way, for those of you,
This is great.
for those
This is
of you
great.
young
I
people,
love morning radio.
I was thinking about this morning. I want to challenge all the young people. That would be anybody that's not on Social Security. Google Don Rickles. No. Google Don Rickles, and you will see the earlier incarnation of Steve Hartline. It's like
Wow.
It's kind of like you're the Don Rickles of your
There you
generation.
go. There you go.
He wasn't as talented as
There
you
you
are,
go.
but but
Get trapped in a rabbit hole on YouTube with Rickles and Johnny Carson.
Yeah,
Some
that's
of the
right.
great, even David Letterman. Some
That's
of the-
right. And see, young people haven't heard of Don Rickles. He was terrific. But anyway, Jean's a serious woman.
She really is.
We stole her from Cleveland High School. Yes, Cleveland High School.
Really?
That's true.
Where she was an award-winning teacher of French. Now, that's pretty impressive, except nobody wants to study French anymore.
Hey, no, wait. Yeah, but you wanted me. I came
No,
there
no, we
because you
wanted,
French.
we wanted you at the time, but because of tenure, we still got her. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
my
Oh no,
goodness.
here I go. I got
Yeah,
to
here we-
work.
I know.
I have
knew
to
we'd
work
get
with
off
this woman.
track.
Good Lord.
No, people don't know Gene Elledge. Our chief academic, our VP for academics, was a French teacher at Cleveland High School.
knew that.
Now, you went to Cleveland High School,
sure
right?
did.
I'm sorry. And
You probably didn't have me.
by the way,
Steve.
you didn't give me a chance to talk about Bradley. You're talking
Well, go
basketball.
ahead.
You're skipping. Well, we'll get back to that.
Yeah, we'll get back to basketball.
Anyway, Jean, Dr. Elledge taught French out at Cleveland High, and she got all kinds of attention. And when we were just building our faculty in the late 80s, early 90s, we went after her. And we got what we thought was the best French teacher in this area at Lee. So we're going to do the same thing with engineering. We're finding wonderful candidates out there. Now, the question might be, why would someone who has a PhD in engineering, experienced as an engineer, excellent engineering educator, already established at another larger institution, making more money than we're likely to offer, why would such a person come to Cleveland, Tennessee for what is essentially a startup program? And the answer is, people want to be a part of something that really has significance and meaning. And there are a lot of engineers out there that think, I'd like to be a part of something new, something exciting, and something where I can engage my faith in my profession. That's a very powerful combination, and it's what's got so many people here at Lee, faculty here at Lee, who could have been somewhere else, were somewhere else. We maybe don't pay as high a salary as MIT. I don't know. I haven't looked at their salary scale.
We don't.
So we're so encouraged about faculty prospects that we're
Yeah.
bringing in here. As a matter of fact, I'm doing a faculty interview.
Today.
A young man from Michigan today who checks all those boxes,
Yes.
who's coming to look at our program. We just brought on our faculty this year a young woman who has the PhD. There's a dual engineering degree from Georgia Tech, one of the top engineering schools in the country, no question, and Emory University across town in Atlanta. They have a dual PhD program, very innovative program in medical engineering, biomedical engineering. She finished that PhD, went to Harvard and did a postdoc at Harvard Med School, and she's now here teaching on the Lee faculty and part of this startup. So we're finding terrific people out there, as we did with nursing, because you know what? Look, joking aside, this is a great place to live and work. Cleveland, Tennessee, as much as I joke about it, it's a wonderful place to live and wonderful place to work. Cleveland sells. And so we're looking forward to building that great faculty, having wonderful students come in, and building that new building. It'll be over on our, where will it be, Steve asked.
That was the question.
And I don't know, actually. We haven't decided. I think we're actually going to put it in Sam and Ann McReynolds' front yard.
Oh, yeah, would fit there, by the way.
There's a nice piece of grass. Sam,
Sam
if you're listening, Sam, if you're...
Oh, he listens. I guarantee you.
No, it's actually going to go on the other end of our campus, on the southeast corner of our campus.
Okay.
That would be the corner of Parker, the artist formerly known as Parker Street.
Now, Paul Kahn.
Yeah, all that, and Central Avenue.
Really?
So you guys, when you're in downtown area, those of you that live out on the outskirts somewhere, drive around downtown, and they did this wonderful treatment with Inman Street. Really have changed Inman. Central Avenue is next. So we have recently acquired some property on that block, and you're going to see a lot of changes in that corner of our campus over the next few months. So the building will be there right across Parker Street from the nursing building.
Gene Elledge, any final thoughts here?
I'd just like to say, you just referenced Dr. Marcy Williams. We have Lee Day coming up, and I appreciate all the time you've given us on the radio, Steve, about Lee Day. That's coming up April 4th. On April 4th, you can visit classes, and on that morning at 9:05 in the Science and Math building, we have a session called Preview of Engineering Design, and it'll be conducted by Dr. Marcy Williams. So students in the area, just come, be a part of Lee Day, check us out, get to know one of our top engineering faculty right now, and get in on the start of really something big that's going to be life-changing, I think, for the individual student as well as for our campus.
University Lee Day, April 4th and 5th. We had to tolerate Danny Murray and Jeff Salyer this past Friday, so thank you for that. But anyway, go to leeuniversity.edu and find out more. Dr. Kahn, your Bradley Bearettes won a third straight championship. You're a first class.
Amazing. Yeah, I was so proud of Bradley. I'm an alum of Bradley High School.
You're a Hall of Famer.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah, that's
Come
right.
on.
Yeah, class. Yeah, if I could have shot the three, I would have been there. But no, I graduated Bradley in '63. Boys and girls, that was after Abraham Lincoln, but before Ronald Reagan. 63 and 62. I was thinking about it as I was watching. First, the Bearettes won it, and then our guys, the Bradley County guys, came so close. And I was thinking, shades of 62. In 1962, the Bradley basketball teams both won the state championships. Wow. That's back when there were no divisions, no categories. It was all it was like Hoosiers, wow. Little schools and big schools. Yeah. Both our men and women, or boys and girls, and Bradley won it. Along with the football team.
Was Steve Sloan part of that?
Oh, come on, man. The rest of my life, I'm asking, did you know Steve Sloan? Yes, the late Steve Sloan. Yeah. Some people think definitely one of the greatest athletes from this area. Steve Sloan was on that team. I'll tell you another name I bet you couldn't name. Steve Gibson was on that team.
I know Steve Gibson.
So 62, they won it all. 62, the men, the women, the football team won it all. And I thought, man, we're going to come back and win both the men's and the women's basketball Tennessee State Championships the same year. And I'm awfully proud of those teams. And let me say one other thing. It's hard for an old Lee guy like me to look at all these people in our community doing such great things and not think about how many of them are in Cleveland because of Lee University.
That's right.
So we look at the head coach of the Bearettes, former Lee basketball player, Zach Carpenter didn't play at Lee, but he came to Lee because his father and parents came to Lee. And we look at so many of these outstanding leaders of our community. Just think about it. If you stop and say, why are they here? Well, they came here at first to study and became part of this community. So I'm awfully proud of Bradley High School for their athletic accomplishments this year. Proud. My kids all are Raiders,
Yes.
whatever that is. And we like Cleveland High. We got their best teacher 40 years ago, 50 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Are you about done, Steve? I'm sorry.
It all runs together back. Back during the Cold War, it all runs together.
Dr. Paul Kahn, Dr. Gene Elledge. Dr. Kahn, no kidding. This is so exciting, and yet another reason that people should look at Lee University.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. So I would say to your listeners, and I guess your viewers, keep an eye on this project because it's going to move pretty fast. And once again, Lee's back in growth mode. And we love to see the dirt fly. We love to see the buildings go up.
Yep.
And we're going to once again be in one of those exciting periods with a new program. So keep an eye on this. You'll be hearing more about it, I'm sure.
So exciting. And don't forget, Lee Day is also coming up April 4th and 5th. LeeUniversity.edu. You're going to want to be there. All right, let's take a quick break right here, and we'll come back with more in just a moment. Stand by.